Hey guys, I decided to do a little bit of a transfer video here. I will be moving my Heteroscadra maculata, the Togo starburst baboon, into a larger enclosure. And this specimen that I have is about 1.5 to 2 inches big. I'm really not that excited about moving this tea because despite it being small, it does have attitude, and it has potent venom, and they're lightning quick. So I'm not exactly looking forward to this, and I really hope it's going to be an easy transfer, but I'm not going to hold my breath. So what I did was I just put just a little bit of substrate in it and some bark that I got off of a tree outside. Added some water droplets in there, and what I did with the bark was I ran it under some scalding hot water, and then I put it in the microwave for a few seconds until it was really hot, and that should kill any little buggies that would be harmful to the tarantula. So it should now be sterilized. So let's give this a try. I got a catch cup here ready, but I'm hoping, and I also have the drain shut in the sink. So, and I'm in the bathroom here, as you could probably tell. So it wouldn't have any, any place far to go, and plus there really aren't any crevices that this one could probably squeeze through. Well, I mean, maybe in the closet, but other than that, I'm really not too worried about it. So wish me luck. This one has given me a threat posture before, even though it's a little bitty thing. Even little HMACs can be ugly. And yeah, this isn't going to be fun. It's going to be mean. And there's really, and since he's not facing the direction I want him to be facing, that's going to make it a little extra difficult. And he's on my arm. I'm telling you, I would much rather do this to a larger HMAC than a little one, because the larger ones are easier to catch than the small ones are. So come on, get in there. Come on. Don't give me that. You get in there. Come on, I know it's a strange place. Well, I could just shut the lid. Let me see here. Actually, I think I can safely shut the lid. So, yep, it's working. So I'm going to close the lid and just let the tea get down on its own. Actually, let me check one thing here. Yeah, I was making sure I wasn't like hurting his leg, and I'm not, so very good. So there we have it. So yeah, I'm sorry you missed that, but that little thing actually crawled up my arm, got up to about the point where my elbow bends, on the inside of my elbow where they typically draw blood. And it just stopped there, and I was able to use the lid and cup the tarantula in the lid, and then it stuck up against the lid, up against the top of the lid, and then I was able to just put it on top of the enclosure and make sure I wasn't trapping any legs, and I turned it and it's good. So yeah, that was a little difficult, but it could have been worse. So and did not throw me a threat posture this time, which I'm very surprised about that. But yeah, I would much rather deal with a large HMAC than a small one, to be honest with you. Because, you know, there's always that fear of them escaping. And it'd be easier to catch a large one than a small one, even though the large one would have bigger fangs and more venom. I would still rather deal with that than the risk of losing or hurting the tiny one. So anyway, that was painless, I guess, enough. Of course, my arm's itching just a little bit. It doesn't have urticating hairs because it's an old world tarantula, but for some reason my arm is still a little itchy. Maybe it's like the claws or something, I don't know. Okay, well, I'm thinking my next transfer will be much easier. So I'm sorry you didn't get to really see that, but at least you got to hear what was going on. Hopefully we'll see the next one a lot easier. All right, next. Well, I decided to open the lid so you can get a look. He did indeed climb down. So he's at the very bottom of the wood there. And did just fine. So we'll see what kind of designs he will do in his new home. Or she, whatever it is. But yeah. Here it is. That little stinker crawled on my arm. But, you know, that's the risk that you take when you have an old world tarantula. They are fast as lightning. It's an arboreal, too. So, that's just the way it goes sometimes. Alright, we'll move on. Next, I will be transferring my Nandu Colorado Velocis, the Brazilian black and white, in this larger enclosure here. And as soon as I popped off the lid, this one gave a slight threat posture. The very first one I've seen from this one. So I was like, oh great, what am I in for? But you know, it's a lot easier when you could put the older enclosure inside the newer one and transfer them that way. So this one's very fast, but I don't worry about this one as much as the HMAC. So I'm just going to prod this one out as carefully as I can, because this one is very skittish. This is not one that I wish to hold. Molted not too long ago, but it's been long enough to where it's not going to hurt the tea by me prodding it this way. But okay, he wants to hang on, which, you know, it's understandable. No, you can't go that way. You can go that way. Awesome. I don't have a hide in there right now, just some substrate, and I did give it a drink. Put some dry substrate on this side and some damp substrate on this side so it could choose its pleasure, and just put water droplets all around the edges there so it could take a drink. But I guess that was quite painless. So very good. Alright, next we'll do the Paraphysa parvula. Next I will be moving my Paraphysa parvula, the Chilean gold. This one's the one I'm the least afraid to move. It's a very tiny tarantula, only an inch, and they are docile typically. So I'm just going to put him in this larger deli cup, move him from this small little thing here, there, into this larger one. So this one likes to roam around a lot, so that's one of the reasons why I'm moving him, so he can have more room to move. But they don't require a lot of humidity, so I just dampened the substrate just a little bit and put some water droplets around the edges so it just to give it a drink. So let's go ahead and move this little tea. Yeah. I'm not worried about it. Yeah. I'm not worried about a bite from this one, but this one is kind of stubborn. This one, it's funny how this one's probably going to be my most difficult one. Okay, now it's on my hand. But, there we go. Isn't it cute? Alright, you're cute, but you need to get down. Isn't that funny? There we go. There's your new home. Don't have a little cave for you, but you're used to not having one and you're fine. So for now, you can just live with that. Alright, let's put the lid on you before it, whoop, there you go. Getting your legs in there. There, he moved his legs. So yeah, he's in the old Nandu, Colorado Velocious' home. So I got a little surprise coming up at the end of the week. I will be getting 2 new tarantulas. One of them is going to be real tiny, but it grows up to be a typical docile tarantula. A great beginner tarantula. The other one, on the other hand, will be larger. Not full grown quite yet though. But that one is a look but do not touch tarantula. So, of course, I've seen YouTube videos of people touching it, or holding it, and I'm like, not me. I just think that's crazy. I'm not willing to risk a bite like some people are with tarantulas that are obviously defensive and have high potency of venom. So I do not allow them on me by choice. Let's put it that way. I've had Old Worlds jump on me. Well, not jump, but crawl on me, but it was not my choice. My P. striata was one of them. Scared the crap out of me. As well as my Tarantula murinus. That one really scared me. But the P. striata was pretty small. The P. murinus was large enough to have hurtful fangs, but thankfully it was more interested in cowering in a corner than biting. So I got lucky there. And then of course you saw just a little bit back the H. Mac got on me, but it was a little bitty thing. Yeah, the venom would still hurt. The bite would still hurt, but I just got lucky there. He was more interested in running away and, you know, hiding than biting, so I got lucky again. But as far as my Old Worlds, I think that's all of the ones I've had actually crawl on me. So, you know, I'm not one of those people that's willing to let an Old World on me. You know, I don't fancy having to take a trip to the hospital and being in pain for about a week. No, thank you. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for a feeding video coming up fairly soon, as well as the 2 new tarantulas I'll be getting. They'll probably be coming in the mail Thursday or Friday. Alright guys, thanks for watching.